afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Tuesday. Charlotte DeLeste in for Susan today. And what a day outside.
It's really nice.
Windows open at home?
It's like, is it really October? Really fall?
Very strange. We'll get to the weather in just a bit. Lots of news today. The man accused of killing 3 teens while driving drunk was charged today. Join us for the list of what he was charged with.
And another robbery at gunpoint. This time it's on the east side and in broad daylight. Our reporter Brad Hamilton joins us with more.
And we're still following along as the hunt for Major Harris continues, the 3-year-old Milwaukee boy who went missing last Thursday. But first, it was a car crash that killed 3 teens and rocked 2 local communities, and now the man accused of causing it is formally charged. Brady Mallory joins us now with those list of charges.
According to online court records, 30-year-old Eric Mehring was charged today, and he faces 3 counts of homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle, 3 counts of second-degree reckless homicide, and 2 counts of second-degree recklessly endangering safety. Well, this is the crash that killed Simon Balesi, Jack Miller, and Evan Cradwell. The criminal complaint filed against Mehring suggests he told police he crashed into the teen's vehicle on West Mineral Point Road, going 75 miles per hour in an area where the speed limit drops from 55 to 45 miles per hour. Breath test results indicate Mehring was driving with 3 times the legal limit of alcohol in his system at the time. After the crash, Mehring allegedly told the deputy he was on his way home from a local bar. As of this morning, the Dane County Jail didn't list Mehring in custody. Court records show authorities issued an arrest warrant today. You can read the full criminal complaint under this story on channel3000.com.
A black SUV, 3 young men, and handguns. That is the main information Madison police are working with to try and solve a robbery that happened in broad daylight. It
happened around 1:30 yesterday afternoon near Oldbrook Park. Brad Hamilton is live there this afternoon with the latest. Brad.
Well, the victim told police that they first just spotted a suspect, rummaging through their car. It was really odd seeing that in broad daylight like we talked about. And when they confronted this suspect, he didn't just run off. As a matter of fact, things just got worse from there as 2 other suspects all of a sudden appeared, and they were armed with guns, and then they started threatening these victims. Now, they took some belongings and then took off in a black Honda Pilot. I did speak with a woman today who saw all of this happen. She is concerned that the suspects might come back, and she asked that we not show her face.
Never seen anything like this in this area. Yeah, so it was kind of shocking, but not surprising with what happens in Madison lately.
Madison police say the suspects are thin black men or teens and were wearing ski masks at the time. So far, no one has been arrested. Now, we also did ask MPD if this was a related incident to some of the armed robberies we've seen on the west side. And actually, that woman who we talked to kind of referenced that in her soundbite there. And police say that at this time, they don't think these are related. But for now, reporting live in Madison, Brad Hamilton, News 3 Now.
Brad, thank you. The frantic search for a missing 3-year-old boy in Milwaukee continues.
Eric Franke has more on a recent update from Milwaukee police, who have been looking for 3-year-old Major Harris since his mother was found shot to death last Thursday.
Well, Charlotte and Mark, after Major's mother was found last Thursday, a suspect in the case was found dead of an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. That was on Sunday, and that was 20-year-old Jaheim Clark. Today, neighbors and volunteers searched for Major in Havenwood State Forest. That's on Milwaukee's north side. A vehicle driven by Clark was found a short distance away earlier this week. Officers still haven't been able to locate Major. Today, frustrated investigators asked for help from the community.
Again, I'm bothered by this, where we're at right now in regards to that we need information to assist us as we further this investigation. We need the community's help. We understand that we are information driven, and so any information that can be passed on to us will assist us in moving this case forward will be greatly appreciated.
Well, investigators only know that the suspect and Major's mother, who has been identified as an Onalaska woman, Mallory Munzenberger, knew each other. She told her mother she was heading to Madison, and her mom didn't know how or why her daughter ended up over in Milwaukee. Law enforcement today also confirming they were following up on an investigative lead in Dodge County, but a search there, as of yet, hasn't yielded any trace of 3-year-old Major Harris, so the search continues. Mark, Charlotte.
All right. Thank you. Let's take a look outside on this Tuesday. As we mentioned, not very October-like out there. Temperatures in the 70s, but rain is on the way.
Who would guess?
Julian would. He's out in the weather patio. He's not guessing. He's telling us.
Yes.
That's right. I'm going to be telling you guys all about the rain that will be on the way. But until then, we're going to take a look because it is gorgeous out. Doesn't feel like October at all, as we're seeing 71 degrees as of right now, as we're heading into close to our dinner time hours for us. It is gorgeous and it feels gorgeous with that light breeze from the south-southwest as well. There's still plenty of sunshine, just some thin layers of some cloud cover for us. And temperatures in southern Wisconsin themselves, we're still sticking around those lower 70s throughout much of the area. Even for the La Crosse area, we're looking over to 76 degrees. So we're still looking gorgeous as we're heading into this evening. Now for tonight, we're going to go back to some more milder temperatures. It's not going to be on too much of the cool side as we're looking at 50 degrees for tonight. But we're going to be keeping our eye on is really going to not just be tonight, but instead for tomorrow. As we're transitioning into our Wednesday, we're going to be looking at a system start to make its way. And once we get into Wednesday afternoon, mainly into Wednesday evening, of seeing some scattered showers. And some areas could be even seeing some thunderstorms as well. So that's what we're going to be keeping our eye on. But as we transition into what our traffic is, well, as of right now, along the Beltline, we're looking at some pretty decent conditions for us. Lots of green around the Beltline as of right now. Not a whole lot of traffic as we're getting things rolling. But as we take a quicker look over into the interstate, once again, we're looking at lots of green, smooth sailing driving conditions as of right now. So those who are trying to get on the highway as of right now, or even onto the Beltline, definitely looking at pretty good conditions as we're getting things rolling. But we got to continue to talk about that rain that's on the way and even cooler temperatures as well in a few moments. So we'll be back with that in a few moments. But until then, let's toss it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Julian, thank you. See you then. After more than 30 years working for the city, Madison's fire chief has announced he's retiring next year. Fire Chief Stephen Davis has worked with the Madison Fire Department since 1989. In the time since, he served as a firefighter, paramedic, training officer, lieutenant, and division chief. He was appointed as the city's fire chief in 2012. Davis said he plans to retire April 1st, 2022. The New York Times is reporting the FDA may authorize the mixing and matching of COVID-19 booster shots as soon as tomorrow.
The policy could give Americans and health officials more freedom in maintaining protection against the coronavirus.
Skylar Henry has more from FDA headquarters in Silver Spring, Maryland.
The FDA could greenlight the mixing and matching of COVID-19 booster shots.
They're going to make it easy. You can get a different booster if you want, but we're going to recommend staying with the same brand if you can. Making that decision really is a personal one. I think they're all going to be beneficial.
An FDA spokesperson confirms the agency has the power to make the authorization if it feels it's needed.
In the real world, all these kind of combinations or extra boosters are already happening. So I think it's a matter of some urgency.
The move could come as soon as Wednesday, along with authorizations for boosters for both Moderna and Johnson & Johnson shots.
This comes as a vocal minority of Americans ramp up their opposition to vaccine mandates.
I'll be fired tonight by the city of Spokane.
Unvaccinated public employees in the state of Washington and in Massachusetts now risk suspension or termination.
This is my final sign-off.
A veteran Washington state trooper recorded his final radio call last Friday with a message for the governor.
And Jay Inslee can kiss my...
As of Tuesday morning, more than 1/3 of Chicago's police officers still haven't reported their vaccination status, despite last week's deadline. And Southwest Airlines backed off a policy to place unvaccinated employees on unpaid leave starting in December. Instead, employees still awaiting approval of an exemption can continue to work past the deadline under certain safety protocols. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Silver Spring, Maryland.
A massive new warehouse on the city's north side will soon provide rental space for industries looking for a place to call home. Gray Wolf Partners broke ground on the 122,000 square foot building, but they don't plan on using it themselves. They want to lease it. They say the state-of-the-art building will be ideal for warehouse distribution, manufacturing, assembly, and R&D uses. The CEO of Gray Wolf says it can be configured to the needs of the users.
This building can be divided down into at least 4 separate bays in that 26 to 28,000 square foot bay range. So we hope that we hit the market right and we fill the building quickly.
The Milwaukee-based company has a similar building nearby.
A record number of people signed up for the Goodman Community Center's annual Thanksgiving basket drive on the first day of open registrations. Just over 2,400 families and individuals signed up today to receive a basket. That's nearly 200 more registrants than the same time last year when demand was at an all-time high. This year, the center is aiming to serve 4,000 families, covering 25,000 area residents. This morning, John Litka from the Goodman Center walked our Leah Lynch through what these baskets contain.
the traditional staples, the cranberry, the stuffing, the gravy, but you also get fresh produce, potatoes, carrots, onions, you get milk, butter, eggs, pumpkin pie, you can't forget about pie, whipped cream, you know, you get a frozen turkey in a roaster pan, so really everything you could possibly need.
Any Dane County resident looking to sign up to receive a basket can register online or by calling 608-204-8018 Monday through Friday between 12:30 p.m. and 6 p.m. News 3 Now is a proud sponsor of this year's Thanksgiving Basket Drive.
The Green Bay Packers revealed the two newest players to be inducted into the Packer Hall of Fame. Wide receiver Greg Jennings played for the Packers for 6 years starting in 2006, catching 425 balls for over 6,500 yards and scoring 53 touchdowns. In a Zoom call this morning, he recalled a critical catch on 3rd and 10 late in Super Bowl 45.
3rd and 5, we get a false start. Now it's 3rd and 10, and being in the huddle and your quarterback, Aaron, looking at me and telling me I'm coming to you in that moment where momentum was shifting, no doubt, and to be able to run the route, make the play collectively as a whole and shift that momentum back into our favor, it was the biggest catch of my career, hands down.
Former linebacker Tim Harris was also inducted today. He played for the team from 1986 to 1990. Harris recorded 422 tackles and 55 sacks during those 4 years and was selected to the 1988 Pro Bowl team.
Congratulations to them both. We've heard about the supply chain problem. Well, now it might affect Christmas.
Specifically, artificial Christmas trees from China. Oh, Christmas tree takes on a new meaning when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Everyone remembers the moment they heard, "You have cancer," how their world stopped, and when they found a way to face it. For some, this is where their Keytruda story begins. Keytruda, a breakthrough immunotherapy that may treat certain cancers. One of those cancers is advanced melanoma, which is a kind of skin cancer where Keytruda may be used when your melanoma has spread or cannot be removed by surgery.
Keytruda helps your immune system fight cancer, but can also cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body. This can happen during or after treatment and may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain or tenderness, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, confusion or memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching, or flushing. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant, had or plan to have a stem cell transplant, or have had radiation to your chest area or a nervous system condition.
Today, Keytruda is FDA approved to treat 16 types of advanced cancer and is being studied in hundreds of clinical trials, exploring ways to treat even more types of cancer. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. See the different types of cancer Keytruda is approved to treat at Keytruda.com and ask your doctor if Keytruda can be part of your story.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Eligible customers get great offers from GM Financial Plus. No monthly payments for 120 days on all 2021 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups and get $1,500 cash allowance. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Guys, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction, Peak Performance for Men has a natural solution that can help you today. That's right. Stop wasting money on pills and inferior technology that hurts and just masks your ED. Fix it for good. The best part, our ED treatment is non-invasive, painless, and you can get back to your natural functionability after just a few short in-office sessions. Call us today and mention this ad and your initial consultation is free.
We are Madison's trusted specialist and only national erectile dysfunction provider.
Call Peak Performance for Men today.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
A new study says e-cigarettes are not the answer to quitting smoking.
Researchers looked at nearly 13,000 smokers in the U.S. who had quit cigarettes. The analysis found 50% who quit so-called cold turkey were still off cigarettes at the second annual follow-up, but only about 40% of those who used any other form of tobacco use, including e-cigarettes, had quit successfully. Researchers say if e-cigarettes were a viable way to quit smoking cigarettes, that is, those who switched to e-cigarettes would have seen a much lower relapse rate. The study is in Tuesday's edition of the journal JAMA Network Open.
A U.S. Capitol police officer has pleaded not guilty to charges connected to the U.S. Capitol riots. Tuesday, Officer Michael Riley entered his not guilty plea to 2 counts of obstruction of justice in court. Riley is accused of trying to help a rioter who took part in the January 6th insurrection. Prosecutors say the officer told the person online to take photos and videos of the attack off of social media. Authorities say the accused rioter informed the FBI of their communications. Riley is the first police officer on duty on Capitol Hill that day charged in relation to the insurrection.
People with hearing loss may soon be able to buy hearing aids without visiting a doctor. The Food and Drug Administration proposed a new rule Tuesday that would allow purchasing the devices without a prescription, an exam, or a fitting. It comes after an executive order from President Joe Biden called for increased competition and access to medical devices. The FDA says out of the 15% of adult Americans who have hearing loss, just 20% use an aid. The proposed rule also aims to make hearing aids more affordable by making them available at more retailers and online. The public can comment on the proposition for 90 days.
The National Hockey League has suspended Evander Kane for 21 games for lying about his COVID-19 vaccination status. The San Jose Sharks player submitted a fake vaccination card. The NHL does not require players to be vaccinated, but unvaccinated players are subject to suspension without pay if they do test positive for COVID or are in close contact with someone else who does. Vaccinated players are paid for the time they miss for the same reasons. Kane has apologized for lying about his vaccination status. He will not be paid while on suspension.
Microsoft and its founder Bill Gates are responding to a report alleging inappropriate behavior in the workplace. Microsoft confirms that in 2008, 2 of its executives told Gates to stop sending inappropriate emails to a mid-level female employee. Gates was chairman of the Microsoft's board at the time. According to the Wall Street Journal, he asked the worker to meet him outside of work. The journal reports Microsoft's then general counsel and his chief people officer told Gates the behavior was inappropriate and should stop, and he agreed. A spokeswoman for Gates is denying the report, calling the allegations, quote, false, recycled rumors.
There's a new fast food breakfast kit in town. Well, actually, it's really revitalization of an old one. Taco Bell is celebrating the fact that 90% of its locations are once again selling breakfast burritos. So to mark the milestone, the chain is offering free breakfast burritos to customers on Thursday morning. This happens from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. and the promo is limited to 1 burrito per person. You will have to trek down to your closest Taco Bell and order in person.
Well, that's a deal. Facebook has settled the discrimination lawsuit with the Department of Justice. The social media giant will have to pay more than $14 million in civil penalties. The case alleged that 2 U.S. citizens were denied the chance for employment because Facebook reserved jobs for temporary visa holders. The company reserved those jobs through a labor certification program. Facebook and the DOJ's Civil Rights Division will determine a list of individuals eligible for compensation. The company also has to change the way it handles permanent labor certification program job offerings, and anti-discrimination protocol training will be required for all Facebook employees. Stocks jumped today after more earnings reports. Top estimates. Words are hard. The Dow Industrials added 198 points, closing at 35,457. The NASDAQ was up 107 points. The S&P 500 gained 33. Well, for Americans this holiday season, whether or not they tick off one essential item on their Christmas list depends on what's happening in China.
Christmas trees are the latest fallout from the ongoing global supply chain crisis that is causing a massive shipping backlog.
David Culver follows the jam supply chain from a factory in southern China to a whole wholesaler in New Jersey, whose CEO warns that consumers will have to dish out more for a new artificial Christmas tree this year if they're lucky to still find one at all.
With Americans starting their holiday shopping, whether or not they tick off one essential item on their list depends on what's happening thousands of miles away. Here in southern China, workers in this factory twist, pull, cut, and crimp together shredded plastic strips, creating branches for artificial Christmas trees destined for the U.S. And these are the finished product. They do about 500 trees a day in this factory alone. Then they're packaged up and shipped out. But in this case, they have nowhere to go. The reason?
Because many ships went to the United States this year, got stuck at the ports, and did not return, so we are waiting for the ships to return. Our factory's goods are therefore staying here and cannot be shipped out.
James Lee says his factory has a backlog of about 150 containers worth about $3 million US, just waiting to be shipped out. It's led the company to rent storage space right here in China. This warehouse has 2 floors just like this, packed with trees. The inventory that normally this time of year would already be in the U.S., well ahead of Christmas. Lee warns if the shipping backlog continues,
many consumers may not be able to buy Christmas trees at Christmas this year.
CNN followed the jammed supply chain from Lee's factory in China to where most of the goods usually end up, the National Tree Company in New Jersey, a large wholesaler of holiday decor that sells to retailers like Target and Amazon. The company's CEO, Chris Butler, blames the ongoing global supply chain crisis for the shipping backlog.
So COVID created some of the shortages. Post-COVID has created this enormous post-COVID demand.
It's in turn jamming up ports like these in Southern California, with a recent flyover showing some 60 container ships sitting anchored off the LA coast.
Every day is a fight to get containers. So we're fighting against toy manufacturers, electronic manufacturers, other manufacturers to get the containers, and we're having to pay a lot more for those containers.
The company says it's paying 10 times more this year to bring their products across the ocean compared to last year.
Because of that, we're having to pass on some of those price increases to the consumer.
The result? A 20 to 25% increase in the price of artificial trees this year, if you are lucky enough to still find one by Thanksgiving. David Culver, CNN, Huizhou, China.
It's always something, isn't it?
It is always something. It's a good thing you still have your tree.
Yes.
And I have my artificial tree,
right.
too, so
we're good.
We're okay.
Start shopping early. Is it a bones or no bones day? Just ask Noodle.
Jeannie Mose is unraveling those words for us. That's coming up after Julian's First Warn forecast.
Your heart is at the heart of everything you do. And if you have heart failure, there's a medicine specifically made for heart failure, Entresto. It's a heart failure medicine prescribed by most cardiologists. Entresto is proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart, so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. And with a healthier heart, there's no telling where life may take you. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure, and trust your heart to Entresto.
Nothing beats a great night's sleep on a new mattress from Steinhoffels. Right now, get a $25 Panera gift card when you test rest a Tempur-Pedic mattress in any of our stores. Plus, get $300 in Steinhoffels cash with any Queen Tempur-Pedic mattress purchase. And sleep up to 8 degrees cooler on the Tempur-Breeze mattress. Queens start at $42.99. And get $300 in Steinhoffels cash, plus free delivery. Only at Steinhoffels and Steinhoffels.com.
Just outside of a town called Basic is Basic Lake, where families gather together for some basic fun. And if you have the 2021 Nissan Road with 5 drive modes, you can climb above Basic and find a trail where no one else goes. The 2021 Nissan Road. Anything but basic.
Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models, or save up to $42.62 on select models.
Important healthcare announcement. If people tell you your TV is too loud, or if listening in some environments has become difficult, we are requesting your participation in a special program called the 30-Day Challenge. Hearing Life Hearing Centers are seeking people with hearing difficulties to evaluate a new digital mini hearing aid now being released. To take part in this event, you must call. Please get a pencil and write down the number below. All people with hearing aids or hearing difficulties are wanted to take part in the 30-Day Challenge, evaluating a new high-tech device that sits discreetly behind your ear. This hearing aid is Bluetooth enabled and is rechargeable. All hearing assessments are performed at no charge for those taking part in the challenge. Participants will try these hearing aids for 30 days. Call the number below and take the Hearing Life 30-Day Challenge.
Well, take a look at this. A bride and groom in southern India navigated a floody roadway by floating in a giant cooking pot to get to their own wedding ceremony. A few men guided the vat through the floodwater, with the couple eventually getting to the site of their wedding rituals. The wedding came the same day that leaders in the area opened near overflowing dams. It may have been inconvenient, but they sure have a great story to tell their kids one day.
That is, you know, how special that is.
Going down
really?
the road in a giant pot.
Very unconditional, but still a gorgeous ceremony.
And look at that.
Doesn't matter, right?
Doesn't matter.
Love is love is love.
Aww.
Like that.
Julian likes that too.
Yeah, it's so sweet and heartwarming. Oh, that's lovable. Oh my gosh. Almost as great and beautiful as this weather we're having.
I know, it's great.
Man. Well, got to hold on to it though, folks, because we are looking for some changes. We're going to talk all about it with the full forecast coming up.
Not only does a seamless Leaf Guard gutter system add beauty to your home, it's also the last gutter system you'll ever buy. It's guaranteed to never clog or will come out and clean them for free. My team will give you a free estimate and you'll get a $100 Visa gift card with your order.
Your eyes, beautiful on the outside. But if you have diabetes, there can be some not so pretty stuff going on the inside. It's true. If you have diabetes, you know high blood sugar is the root of the problem. But that excess sugar can cause the blood vessels to be seriously damaged. And when that happens, this could happen: vision loss or even blindness. That's right, diabetic retinopathy is a leading cause of blindness for adults in the U.S. But even though you can't see it, there is something you can do about it. Remember this: now is the time to get your eyes checked. Eye care is an incredibly important part of your long-term diabetes management. See a path forward with actions and treatments that may help your eyes and protect against vision loss. Just say to yourself, "Now I see." Then go see an eye care specialist. Visit nowic.com to get the facts about diabetes, your eyes, and what you can do next to take control of your sight. Brought to you by Regeneron.
This is Ford Truck Month. Time to take a ride in the all-new 2021 Ford F-150 with an available 12-inch touchscreen, an available interior work surface, and for powerful performance on demand, a class-exclusive available Pro-Power onboard mobile generator. These are America's best-selling trucks. This is Ford Truck Month. Inventory levels are coming back up, making Truck Month the time to get an F-150 with 0 for 72 and 1,000 retail order bonus.
This is Connie Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. While things have changed, it's still necessary for families to stay connected. And when it comes to the loss of a loved one, it's important to process and grieve and honor your loved one in a way that keeps everyone safe. We're doing this through intimate services and private virtual streaming, so your family can be part of the service no matter where they are. Ryan Funeral Homes are here with your safety in mind and compassionate care in your time of need.
Leaf Guard is the only gutter system to earn the Good Housekeeping seal, the leading symbol of quality, assurance, trust, and safety in America. And Leaf Guard is guaranteed to never clog. My team will give you a free estimate and you'll get a $100 Visa gift card with your order.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Welcome back. back, everyone, and happy Tuesday. It's been a beautiful one for us, but now we're looking for some change up as we're getting into the middle of the week. Now, the three things we're going to need to know. We're looking for our rain chances to increase and slide into our forecast as we head into Wednesday. But then afterwards, we're looking for more dry conditions to be returning as we head into our Friday. And then going into the weekend, we're looking for more seasonal-like conditions that remind us that we are actually in fall, even though it does feel a whole lot like spring right now. Now, as we take a look at our forecast breakdown happening right now, we do have an abundance of sunshine. It is incredibly warm for this time of year. We're still in the 70s, as many of us know. And it will be dry for now, but we are going to be looking for that to change. Midweek cold front's going to be coming in, and it is a weak cold front, but still it's going to be looking to be bringing more cooler conditions and increase our rain chances as well. And then we go into the weekend, our lows are going to be dropping into the to the temperatures to where we're going to start to see more frost in some areas and patchy frost to start to roll into our forecast. Now, this is what we've been tracking, this cold front that is already impacting my old home in Wyoming right now, bringing snow and rain to warmer areas into the west, but it's going to continue to push its way eastbound. As it arrives into the upper Midwest, that's when we're going to start to begin to see more rain precipitations and those cooler temperatures as we head into the weekend. But as we take a look for our Tuesday evening, we're still going to be dealing with lots of sunshine until we get into later parts of our dinner time. Then we're looking for more clouds to start to develop for us, and some areas might see a pop-up isolated shower. But for the most part, we're looking to stay mainly dry throughout tonight. Temperatures will still be on the milder side as we're holding on to those 50s throughout the overnight. And then as we get into Wednesday, we're looking for those temperatures to reach into those upper 60s. But then as you can see, we're going to be looking at a couple of rounds on and off of rain, really going to be starting throughout the early part of our afternoon to the west. And then as we get into around dinner time, that's where we're going to be still looking for on and off spot up showers and possibly even an isolated thunderstorm with this system that's going to be popping up for us as we go into the dinner time hours and into our later evening throughout Wednesday. But once again, that's what we're going to keep seeing, just pop up on and off rounds of shower, not a whole collective organized system is going to be rolling in for us, but that's going to be carrying on throughout late Wednesday, going into the overnight hours, transitioning into early Thursday. We do have a slight chance of seeing some of that pop-up rain to carry into our Thursday morning as well. So we're not looking for a whole lot of rain, at least not into southern Wisconsin, but up into the northern areas where Camp Douglas and Black River Falls could be seeing a bit more of that rainfall totals. But for us in Round Madison, could be seeing maybe about 1/4 of an inch with the on and off showers. Depends on where we're going to be seeing those heavier bands set up for us. But as we get into tonight, we don't have to worry about that. We're just going to be looking for partly cloudy conditions. It's going to be on the milder side, but temperatures about 50 degrees for us. And as we take a look at those rain chances, once again, our best chance is going to be around Wednesday, early on Thursday, but then we're drying out as we head into the weekend. Then going into next week, a quick look, we're looking at Monday to be opening up with a bit of that rain chance sticking around for us. And then on top of the rain chances, again, we've been dealing with some temperatures that feel a whole lot more like spring. And this is what we're going to start to see finally heading into the weekend. Temperatures more seasonable with those 50s coming into the forecast for us as our highs. But the lows, we're going to be looking into bringing in more patchy frost for us. As we get into from Thursday to Saturday, we're going to those 30s back again. So that's where we're going to be seeing some real cool conditions, the type that you're not going to have your window open when you're going to bed at night. Now, as we take a look for the next few days, as I mentioned, we're going to be looking at that trend. Now we're about to hit that top of the roller coaster and start to trend back down as we head into the rest of the weekend. With those 50s coming back into the forecast, we are looking for, since those lows are really close to freezing, we're going to be seeing some more patchy frost for us. But until then, guys, we are going to be looking at some more cool and fall-like weather on its way.
Normal
yes,
weather.
Exactly.
This
finally.
A little strange. I'm not complaining, but
yes, it's a lot of. Just make up your mind.
That's right.
Okay.
I got to cut down my houses. I don't want to do it because it's so warm out.
Julian, thank you.
Yeah. An old dog has a new trick that is going viral.
It is so new. He's predicting the future.
Jeannie Mose reports on the pug's predictions.
Introducing...
You really have to put that away, sir.
The pug prognosticator who has tongues wagging. Noodle, the 13-year-old dog tickling funny bones with his bones or no bones pronouncements.
Oh my gosh, there are bones today. Okay, all right, you know what that means. Treat yourself today.
But please, no bones to pick on those mornings when the opposite happens. When Noodle flops, so can you, using him as an excuse.
Hey, Liz, I'm so sorry. I actually don't have bones, and I can't meet you and your crappy boyfriend for a drink after work.
Ever since Jonathan Graziano adopted Noodle almost 6 years ago,
Noodle calls the shots.
Noodle makes it clear if he's not ready to get up in the morning.
He would just go completely boneless and he would just flop on me.
Now the internet is taking its cues from a 23-pound pug on whether it's going to be a Bones Day.
Standing like a deep-rooted tree.
Or a No Bones Day.
Oh, a soft collapse.
Followers are putting their fate in Noodle's bones.
Do I believe in astrology? No. Do I believe in that dog? Yes.
They're making no bones about singing Noodle's praises.
If it's a no bones day, I just stay in bed. Noodle said it's fine if I don't get dressed. His legs are made of jello.
At a colonial museum in Trenton, New Jersey, Noodle rules.
Pack it in, David. We're done for the day.
What? Why?
Don't worry about that. It's a no bones day.
You'd expect pillow talk from his New York City owner, enraptured with Noodle.
And you want to talk about going off the deep end, like we're there.
But with over 1.7 million followers...
Oh, and he's feeling jazzed.
Seems like everyone's going off the deep end.
Noodle said that it was quite alright if I don't leave my house all night.
Blame Noodle, and maybe you won't end up in the doghouse. Jeannie Mose, CNN.
It's a no bones day.
New York.
At our morning editorial meeting this morning, it was declared to be a no bones day.
Well,
obviously we didn't adhere to that. That is precious.
That is great. Bones predicts.
Yeah. No bones day? Oh, bones day.
Okay.
All right, coming up next year on Live at 4, Consumer Reports helps you save money if you're replacing a key fob.
And then at 5, on Sunday, we told you the story of a woman being discriminated by the state. Today, we follow up. That's next on News 3 Now.
One of the best ways to protect your biggest investment, your home, is to replace your gutters with a lifetime LeafGuard gutter system, guaranteed to never clog and warranted forever. My team will give you a free estimate and you'll get a $100 Visa gift card with your order.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So we built the SUV of the future for everyone. Ford Explorer, America's best-selling SUV, with available seating for up to 7 passengers, and available terrain management system. Because the SUV of the future isn't built for a few. It's built for America. Ford Explorer. Drive one today. Now lease an Explorer XLT for just $389 a month, only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
Dry eye symptoms keep driving you crazy? Inflammation in your eye might be to blame.
Let's kick Ken's ache and burn into gear.
Over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating your eyes and may provide temporary relief.
Those drops will probably pass right by me.
Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
What is that? Xiidra? No!
It can provide lasting relief. Xiidra is the only FDA-approved non-steroid treatment specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye twice a day. Don't use if you're allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort, or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts.
Got any room in your eye?
Be proactive about managing your symptoms by talking to your doctor about twice daily Xiidra like I did.
I prefer you did it.
Xiidra. Not today, dry eye.
Feeling trapped by your expensive cell phone plan? Here's the key. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Keep your phone and number with the same great coverage as the big carriers. Escape to a no-contract $20 a month plan with talk, text, and data. It's easy to connect. With our award-winning customer support team, no sleight of hand is required. Call, go online, or visit Target to get your new SIM card or phone today.
When you replace your gutters with a LeafGuard gutter system, you're getting peace of mind that your home's foundation is being protected, and you'll never have to climb that ladder again. My team will give you a free estimate, and you'll get a $100 Visa gift card with your order.
Tonight at 5, we continue to break down the amount of discrimination complaints by people of color in the workforce in Wisconsin. We have new data to share.
Plus, we're saying goodbye to the sunshine and the mild weather. A little rain chance moving in for the middle of the week, as well as some cooler temperatures heading towards the weekend.
And then at 6, we'll tell you about a new study UW Health is participating in to help students with complex health conditions to get back to school. That's tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
Well, look in your pocket, your purse, your bag, or junk drawer, and chances are you'll find a key fob.
The basic ones lock and unlock your car doors. The fanciest fobs do much more, but no matter which kind you have, replacing it costs a lot more than cutting an old-fashioned set of keys. Consumer Reports reveals a few simple tips to save money if you need a new fob. Our Leah Lynchide has the story.
Depending on your age or the age of your car, you might not even remember life before a key fob. After all, these now common fobs offer many conveniences. But maybe you've experienced the downside.
The cost to replace the latest key fobs can be as much as $400 or more, depending on the brand. Then add another $20 to $130 to program the thing to work with your car. It could add up to $500 in some cases.
Before shelling out any money for a replacement, check your warranty, auto insurance, or roadside assistance coverage to see if they cover the cost of replacing lost or damaged keys. If your car is less than 5 years old, chances are you'll have to go directly to the dealership that has the expensive equipment required to do a new key fob. But if you have a car that's a little older, Consumer Report says you can likely save money by purchasing an aftermarket key fob.
You can search online for the fobs based on the make and model of your car. We found a number of options on Amazon and Walmart, along with online auto parts stores for sometimes $200 less than the dealer.
Many of these less advanced fobs can be laser cut and programmed by your local mechanic or locksmith. But if you're up for the challenge, programming it yourself can be a fun DIY project.
You'll find all the instructions in the owner's manual. Just know that most customer programmable key fobs will require 2 current working keys in order to program the new one.
If you do end up needing to get a new fob at the dealer, the good news is that the process is pretty quick, typically taking just 15 to 30 minutes. For added convenience, a mobile locksmith can replace many fobs, programming and cutting the keys right in your own driveway. For News 3 Now, this is Leah Lynchide.
So did you know your fob is hiding a secret? There is usually a mechanical key hiding inside the key for cars with push-button start systems, so you can still unlock your door if the car battery or your fob battery just runs out of juice.
And some cars will have an obvious key slot on or behind the door handle. On others, a plastic cap hides the key slot underneath. Here's my, see, that's the actual key. It comes out.
It makes me, I gotta look at my car and see what I got. Where it is, rather.
Do you know where the keyhole is in the door?
See, that's just it. I don't recall, Senator. So we'll find out later when I need it the most.
Yes, that's when you'll find out. Still to come at 4, and it looks as if COVID booster shots for J&J and Moderna will be approved this week.
Who should get them, and what booster should you get? UW Health's Dr. Jeff Pothoff is here with the answers when Live at 4 continues.
One of our favorite Portage families here at the Portage Furniture Store, the Ayers family, that has grown a little bit since, yeah, he says high five. That's right. Since the last time we were here.
We sure have. Austin and I, proud 3rd generation owners, and now we're working on our 4th generation. We've seen generations of customers come through, and I think we take a lot of joy in seeing, hey, my parents bought from your dad, or bought from your uncles, or bought from your grandpa, and now Austin and I get to enjoy that ourselves.
How much fun is it on the days you come back into town and the 3 of you are together?
It's very special. Like I said, the longevity from my dad and uncle started in 1940 to now. Very special.
We're very, very proud to showcase predominantly American-made brands and companies that we've worked with for a very long time. We have a number of great lines, including Serta Mattresses, Smith Brothers, FlexSteel, Lazy Boy, and England.
And not everyone has the Ayers last name, but everybody here, I know you guys consider family.
Yeah, we really have some wonderful people here, including, you know, 2 salespeople, Rosie and Punky, who have been here with us from the very beginning, and we're really thankful for them.
Yeah, they really make you guys, they're the ones who make you all look good.
Yeah, they are.
No doubt.
And we need all the help we can get.
Yeah, well, he said it. Right? What are some of the biggest things that sets you guys apart?
The free delivery. Yeah.
They still got it. I was wondering.
We do.
Glad to hear it.
And on top of a first-class free delivery service, we're very proud of our huge selection of top name brand furniture at guaranteed low prices.
Well, with the free delivery, we've got a lot of stops, but I'm glad you're helping me. From the Portage Furniture Store, I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison. He's excited.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and need, and we need more time. So we want Kisqali. Women are living longer than ever before with Kisqali when taken with an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant in postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
Well, things are quite congested around the Beltline as of right now, especially on South Fish Hatchery Road as well. So make sure that you are taking the extra time or even look for an alternate route if you're going to be traveling along the Beltline. However, for the interstate, we are looking all green as of right now. Really, the traffic and congestion is just sticking around the downtown area and for the Beltline. Over to you guys.
All right, Julian, thank you. As usual, there are a lot of things to talk about when it comes to COVID and vaccines and booster shots.
And as we do every Tuesday, we have UW Health's Chief Quality Officer, Dr. Jeff Pothoff, here to sort it all out
everything.
For us once
sort everything
again.
out.
There we go.
All right, well, welcome back.
Thank
so
you.
Cases are down.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
This is good news. We haven't said this in a while, but it looks like our cases here in Wisconsin are on a bit of a downward slope. So fingers crossed, but it'd be nice to see that continue.
What do we attribute that to?
You know, I think part of it is Delta's done what Delta's going to do. Hopefully, we don't see any surges of that. And I think part of it is, you know, as Delta got worse, we started to see vaccination rates creep up a little bit, and that helps too.
Why wasn't there a booster for Delta?
Yeah, I think someday there will be boosters for these variants, but I think these variants can come on so quickly that by the time a manufacturer could alter the recipe and then create it and then distribute it around the country, it just takes longer than what these variants are giving us time to do.
Let's talk about the boosters. Moderna and J&J probably be approved sometime later this week for a booster.
I think so. So you have the Pfizer approved. I think Moderna's going to be approved, and that one might be a little bit easier. It'll probably be the same group of people that Pfizer's approved for. So 65 or older, those with you know, medical conditions that put them at risk or employment that puts them at risk. Johnson & Johnson, I think, will be approved, and that'll be for anyone who had that vaccine as long as it's a number of months after that original dose.
Can you switch?
Well, you know, I used to say they didn't recommend that, but there's some studies out there now showing that, particularly if you had Johnson & Johnson and then you get a booster with an mRNA vaccine, so Moderna or Pfizer, that might be better than just getting a Johnson & Johnson booster. The UK has looked at that with AstraZeneca, which is similar to Johnson & Johnson. If you boost that with an mRNA vaccine, it might be better. So, you know, keep your eyes peeled, but I think there may be, you know, a recommendation that you can mix and match some of these things. Certainly it would be okay to get the same one that you already got. But it might loosen up a little bit around that.
So what do you say to, I mean, there are still naysayers out there, we know this very well, regarding the vaccine, and earlier it was reported that no, don't mix, and now months later saying, no, okay, it might be okay to mix. So I'm thinking that those who are against this are saying, see, they don't know what they're talking about. It's like coffee. You can have coffee one day, it's great. Next
red wine's
day,
good, red wine's bad.
No, we've been
how
dealing
do you
with
explain this?
We've been dealing with this throughout the pandemic. We explain it because science happens, and science is doing doing research studies, experiments, looking at the data and saying, is what we think is true, is that still true? Are we learning more? And it happened with masks, and now it's happening with some of these hybrid vaccines where there's data that would suggest that maybe you can mix and match and it doesn't cause any safety problems, immune responses are good, and it makes it a little bit easier for folks because they're not trying to match up their vaccine with what they got initially. All of this said with the caveat is we have to see what comes out of the FDA and the CDC over the next 7 or 10 days.
But you hear the complaint, it's too quick, it's too early, that they don't know enough about it yet, the vaccines.
Yeah, I think you hear that because oftentimes when you hear doctors talk or you hear health officials talk, it's based on decades of data. You know, people know, you know, what risk factors heart disease has. They know what happens if you have diabetes for a long time. With COVID, it's all happening pretty quickly and the data's coming in. There still is a robust process to make sure that the data that we have, that it is peer-reviewed, that it's statistically significant before these decisions are made. So it's happening quickly because we need it to happen quickly, but we're not cutting corners when we do it.
So Halloween is coming up really soon, and last year it was people got creative to get those treats down, like PVC pipes and stuff, right from
those
their
delivery
second floor.
systems.
What are your thoughts about trick-or-treating for the kids this year?
Yeah, I think, you know, with cases where they're at right now, what we understand about COVID-19, if you have kids who want to go trick-or-treating and they're a relatively small group, you know, a handful or so, they're outside and they want to run to a door, get a treat, and run back out, that's probably okay. You know, there's a lot of masked heroes out there, so that might be a costume that you might want to prefer this year, but I think if we do that, that's okay. If we have Halloween parties where we gather inside large crowds, including folks who are unvaccinated, vaccinated, that's probably a little bit dicey yet.
Should you wipe off the food, the treats when you get them, wipe them down?
I don't think you have to worry about that, you know, as much. You know, clearly there's some safety in saying let's just let that candy sit for a day in case, you know, someone does have it, but, you know, our understanding of COVID-19 transmission on surfaces has advanced a lot, and it's not as risky as we initially thought when we were doing displays of like washing off your groceries and things like that, you know, a year and a half ago.
Goes the masked man for Halloween.
Well, let's hope we have even better news next week when we see you.
Doctor, good to see you again.
Thanks.
We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
What makes new Salonpas Arthritis Gel so good for arthritis pain? Salonpas contains the most prescribed topical pain relief ingredient. It's clinically proven, reduces inflammation, and comes in original prescription strength. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
The house before you, over 30 years old, still has its original window. It's bone chilling.
Folks, there's no need to be afraid of old windows. Just call Feldco for 50% off.
Right now at Feldco, get 50% off windows. Plus, no interest for 1 year.
50% off windows ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
What can I do with less asthma? With Dupixent, I can do more beginner's yoga. Namaste. Namaste. Surprise parties. Aw, you guys. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks. For free! So I can do more of the things I love. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma that can improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks and can reduce or even eliminate oral steroids. And here's something important. Dupixent can cause serious allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis. Get help right away if you have rash, shortness of breath, chest pain, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection, and don't change or stop your asthma treatments, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Are you ready to do more with less asthma? Just ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
Tonight at 5, we continue to break down the amount of discrimination complaints by people of color in the workforce in the state. We have new data to share, plus a new study to help students with complex health conditions get back to school during COVID.
She gets paid in love from all of the kids and staff that she sees every day.
A friend to make the going easier for patients and families. See how Kiko is making a big impact at American Family Children's Hospital Thursday on News 3 Now at 6.
Taking a final look at our weather, or weather recap, we are tracking that cold front that is already impacting the Mountain West. As of right now, that is going to be pushing itself into the east. This is going to be bringing in cooler temperatures for us, but more seasonable as we get into the back end of this week. But it's also going to be bringing in those rain chances as well. Dana Fulton will have more on this coming up at 5. Until then,
all right, guys. Julian, thank you. Tomorrow here on Live at 4, it's becoming one of Madison's fall traditions.
Certainly, as we will pay a visit to Old Brick Gardens' Gleam exhibit. It is a fun and safe way for everyone to explore the outdoor gardens at night.
That's tomorrow at 4.
Vaccination Golfland now offers 2 indoor golf and multi-sport simulator suites. Play over 100 championship golf courses with unmatched golf swing data and visualization. Or play other sports and games using real sports equipment. The Vaccination Golfland simulator suites provides a fun indoor entertainment experience.
I'm not getting through the pandemic just to end up with the flu.
I asked for Fluzone High-Dose Quadrivalent. It's the #1 used flu vaccine for people 65 and older.
Fluzone High-Dose Quadrivalent is the only vaccine approved by the FDA for superior flu protection in adults 65+.
I'm not letting my guard down.
Fluzone High-Dose Quadrivalent isn't for people who've had a severe allergic reaction to any flu vaccine or vaccine component, including eggs or egg products. Tell your healthcare professional if you've ever experienced severe muscle weakness after receiving a flu shot. People with weakened immune systems, including those receiving therapies that suppress the immune system, may experience lower immune responses. Vaccination may not protect everyone. Side effects include pain, redness and/or swelling where you got the shot, muscle ache, headache, and general discomfort. Other side effects may occur.
All flu shots are not the same. I raised my game with Fluzone High-Dose Quadrivalent.
Ask your doctor or pharmacist for Fluzone High-Dose Quadrivalent.
Hello, I'm Roman Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. As a locally owned and operated funeral home, it's important to know that not all funeral homes are the same. Some other Madison area funeral homes are actually owned by corporations based outside of the United States. A corporately owned funeral home is focused on the bottom line, making services more costly. We have served local families for more than 80 years, and our priority is investing in the community and your family. In your time of need, Ryan Funeral Homes are here for you.
I have worked at Huffcore for the last 36 years.
Huffcore closing the plant, moving production to Mexico.
I gave my life and my body to that place. Ron Johnson pushed through a tax law that rewards outsourcing. Companies can bring profits back from Mexico tax-free. And worse, Ron Johnson profited personally from outsourcing. He has doubled his wealth since taking office. Tell Ron Johnson to stop putting his profits above our jobs.
Vaccination Golfland now offers the new Top Tracer mobile system. Track your shots from grass and mat tee areas for free from your cell phone. Record your golf swing with stats provided. Play games like Capture the Flag. Have golf range entertainment fun with Top Tracer at Vaccination Golfland.
In today's Final Touch, an amazing and historic treasure found at the bottom of the sea.
And it's been there waiting for 900 years. An incredible discovery made at the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea is captivating historians in the Middle East. A 900-year-old sword encrusted in marine life was found on the sea floor off the coast of Israel. It was discovered by an amateur scuba diver during a weekend dive that yielded multiple historic artifacts. The sword was turned over to government authorities for examination, and they believe the nearly millennium-old sword was once owned by a Crusader knight. The country's Antiquities Authority plans to eventually put the age-old sunken treasure on display for public viewing.
Apparently in Israel, if you find something in the sea, it's theirs, it's not yours.
How would they know, is my question.
Because it's on television.
Yeah, well, that person did it all wrong.